Miss Rachel. Oops. Sorry. I'm just really excited. I've done it, Manilia. Congratulations. Done what? The music I'm making with AJ. I told you about it last time, remember? Oh, yeah, you did. I brought it with me. Check it out, will you? Really? Oh, okay. Are you sure we can play it? What about NDAs and stuff? Come on, you silly. We're the only ones here anyway. It'll be fine. I mean, the direction has already changed a lot, so... Oh? Never mind that. Let's just play it, quick. Wistful Nights. So... This track is totally inspired by the drink you gave me the other day. That's okay, right? Of course. You composed the melodies? With Arami? Yeah. So, like, when I heard the name, Dreamin' Blue, I thought to myself, could it also be read as Dream in Blue? Ooh, a good point. I mean, you could... It reminded me of the melancholy you feel in the late hours of the night. It's when you're thinking about someone or something with all the what-ifs and unspoken feelings. It's a longing for all the dreams that have yet to come true. So, Dreaming Blue. What do you think? You know, I think I can see it. I like your take on the name, too. There's just one thing I'm wondering, though. What is it? If this is going to be your new single, wouldn't everyone be expecting to hear your voice? I know, but I already have a plan for that. You'll see. Nice. How are you, by the way, Manilia? Oh, I'm just fine. Business as usual. Wait, I almost forgot. Did Dad come here last night? Hendry? Yes, he did. He was meeting up with Mr. Gala, actually. Okay, that's good to know. Why do you ask? He didn't reply to my text last night, so I wondered what he was doing. Ah, I see. Do you two not see each other often? What do you mean? I just saw him this morning. We still live under the same roof, after all. Oh, what a surprise. I thought you have been raring to move out by the time you turned 21. Well, you're not wrong in thinking that, but Dad's getting older, you know? And he's becoming forgetful too, so I'm a little bit worried. No, understandable. Besides, we don't really have anyone else, you know? None of our extended family even lives in the States. So, as much as he's been a nag my whole life, I feel like I should watch over him for now. Alright. Hello, welcome. Good evening to you, Miss Rona. Hey, Rona. Fancy meeting you here. Hello. How are you? Sorry, just a second. Huh? Huh. Is she alright? I'm not sure. Oh, well, I'll just get a drink first. Right, what would you like? I'll have a cup of milk, please. Here you go, a cup of warm milk. Thank you. What's up? Oh, nothing. Just remembered something. But it's nothing special, so don't worry about it. Or we talk to her. Galatea, Part 1. She was supposed to be just a character in my stories. Everything about her was supposed to be in my control. How she fell in love on the rooftop of her apartment. The way she danced on the Magpie Bridge. The Ferris wheel. Oliver was the result of my creative decision. She was just strings of words formed into stories, written by the tip of my pen. My creation. And a creator wasn't supposed to fall in love with his creation. Yet, along with the ink spilled into words on my notes, her presence has become more and more vivid in my world. The jet black waterfall of her hair, her eyes, a color that make autumn jealous, framed perfectly by her round amber glasses. The cupid's bow of her smile, and the angelic tunes that came out of those lips. The constellation of her neckline, her shape. She stepped into my reality further and further with each word scribbled on my papers. Some silent nights I swear she was there in my office, whispering into my ear how she liked to be portrayed. She guided me to write her stories, correcting my choice of words, saying that she'd never say that to her love. Truthfully, I got jealous of her lover many times. I was heartbroken when she told him how much she loved him. On the Ferris wheel, I hoped I could be there when they got down the gondola so that I could punch the guy in the face. I felt like I went half crazy trying to give her a perfect ending, and the other half crazy for loving her to begin with. She even claimed a name for herself, Galatea. Tonight, as I finished brewing my Earl Grey tea, my warm writing companion, I found my notebook open. I started preparing for my writing session, and I was sure I hadn't opened my notebook, let alone written anything in it. Yet it was there, handwriting not my own, neatly penned under my unfinished draft. Meet me between the spaces of your paragraph. There's enough room for us to dance between your words. Meet me in your stories, you and I. Make the story your own, our own. Meet me in this world you created for me. Come find me. Make him a lion, my creator, my love. Interesting. Singer, dancer, model, and your favorite girl next door. Just like Ghost. Favorite things funny cop movies, non-dairy cakes. Trying to be a good father to 3 great kids in this ever-changing world and stay a keeper of his lovely mistress. Starting down here. Super busy, see you tomorrow, Lucas. Look what Myrtleish did, sneakily taking my super serious gaming face while playing Super Brawl Pals 2. It is a super serious face. I never realized, like, her tentacles must be a thing, right? Little, is that a stuffed toy blowfish? I love it. We had a break in the office and just played board games for hours. It was fun. Today's delivery cutoff time, 1300, no night shift. Miss, are you alright? No. I think I'm sad. What's wrong? That's right, what's wrong? I'm doing a lot of thinking. About what? About my situation. Have you ever felt like something you've been doing your whole life might be a mistake? What makes you think that? My apologies. I did not mean to be so dramatic. Would you mind listening to my scattered thoughts? Of course. Let it all out. Miss Rachel is right. Feel free. After listening to the experiences you and Mr. Lucas had, along with my conversations with Manilia and the regulars of this coffee shop, I have gradually realized over the past week that I'm severely lacking in awareness about many things. Huh? And what makes it more troubling is it is likely that my ignorance was on purpose? Ignorance? Purpose? What do you mean? Miss Rachel, the position you hold today is a result of your efforts and tenacity. You honed your talent, but you did not shirk from taking risks in order to succeed. Your knowledge of the industry has enabled you to successfully navigate it. And I greatly respect your ability to do so. Mr. Lucas, also. Although I do not fully understand his content. He is successful enough that people earn a living through his work. I am aware that most require a great deal of courage and flexibility. To put it simply, I feel ashamed of myself. Because I may have become too comfortable with the status quo. To the point that I no longer strive to improve my situation. Are you really, though? I mean, you've been trying your best, right? I've been trying, yes. But have I been trying my best? That's debatable. And about my intentional ignorance. Simply afraid. Afraid? I understand I only have a small chance of being selected for a role in a play. I really do. I understand it's due to my lack of network and the industry's expectations. Along with my lack of higher education. And for the simple fact of what I am. I'm truly fine with all that. I really am. Because all of it is the pain I'm already familiar with. And perhaps somewhere in the deepest depths of my heart, I'm having to face unfamiliar rejections again. Having to get used to new pain all over again. This might be... difficult. Nah. I apologize for all this ruckus. I didn't mean to... Miss Rona, would you please allow me to make you a drink? It's on the house. But... Hey, she insists, right? Right. What was the pie you ate the other day? The blueberry hibiscus mint pie? Did you like it? I did. Quite a lot, actually. Then I'll make something special, just for you. Could you tell me its flavor profile? Give me a moment. The blueberry was very sweet and fresh. The crust was buttery. The flavor was enhanced by the tartness of hibiscus and the herbal coolness of mint. It was just a very sweet blueberry pie with hibiscus and mint. A berry blue hibiscus pie. A pie in a cup coming up. Wow, Manilia, that's so extra. It kinda is, isn't it? But it's so pretty. Thank you. Hey, it really is. Well done, Manilia. But are you really serving a warm pie filling to your customer? It's not a pie filling. I simply make fruit cordials with honey. And I just happen to have the blueberry one on hand. It's not a pie filling, trust me. It's not. It's nice. Thank you. You are very welcome. What's on your mind? Right now, I'm rethinking my true motivation for doing all of this. The driving force behind everything I've done up to this point. Well, what was it? Huh? Your driving force, before you started questioning it. I wish to break free from the shackles of prejudice, whether it's society's or my own. Not only for myself, but also for my kind. I see. Though it doesn't have to be opera, right? Pardon? Well, reaching that goal can be done a lot of ways. Like politics. Huh? You're not wrong, but... that was just an example. Jeez. But I admit, being an entertainer is probably the fastest way to win people over. But that's not what you want to do, is it? My heart trembles for the opera. That is why I wish to pursue it as long as I'm able. However, I believe it is also time for me to consider expanding my horizons. Oh? I simply do not wish to be trapped in my own fear forever. Although I do regret that my one-track-minded efforts may have been in vain. I don't think everything you've done so far is in vain, though. I always believe in sincere efforts. But never mind that. What are you going to do now? I'm not sure. I already rejected Mr. Lucas's offer. Lucas? He's an influencer who's been coming here recently. Why does that name ring a bell? Oh, wait! You know him? Not closely, but I think we follow each other in Tomachill. If it's even the same Lucas. What was the offer for? I was offered a spot on his new show. While he's still unsure of the format, his aim is to alleviate underrated talents. To showcase and interview them in order to bring their work to the forefront. I see. So, what if you rejected his offer? Tell him. Huh? Or text him. Tell him you changed your mind. What's the worst that could happen? People are allowed to change their minds. And if he rejects you, well, that's his loss, isn't it? Well, I'm not sure it'll be his loss, necessarily. Just do it. Text him. Yeah. Oh, okay. He responded. What did he say? He told me to stay here. Because he's coming here soon. Huh. Ah. Does he live, like, nearby or something? No. Not really. But it seems he had some things to do around here. I see. What a great coincidence. That means you can clear things up in person. You're right. Thank you for giving me the courage, Miss Rachel. Hey, just call me Rachel, will ya? All right. Although I regret my one-track mindset. I cannot say it's been entirely detrimental to my life, as it is a habit formed during my time living in the commune. Commune? We banshees used to congregate together in order to protect ourselves from the outside world. Each of us tended to have a specific role in the commune, and we would all work together as one. Like gears in a machine. Interesting. I didn't know that. But you left the commune, correct? Yes. Was it difficult? No, because we're not a cult. Sorry, I didn't mean it that way. It's okay. The commune is simply a defense mechanism from the distant past. So, the reason we do not see a lot of banshees around? Is it because many still choose to remain in the commune? Right. The world still isn't kind to us. However, we are aware that eventually we must reopen ourselves to the outside world. It was for that reason I learned to drive. You seem to be fond of driving. I am. Like having a mobile fortress, which is why I find driving calm. Even in traffic? Well, a mobile fortress, huh? Never thought of cars that way, but that's interesting. So when you said everyone has a specific role, what do you mean by that? Sorry, I'm just curious. You don't have to answer if you don't want to. Well, we don't have a Banshee Culture Center anywhere. Time to start one, then. Yeah. Well, perhaps it's best if I use a specific example. Such as my mother's role. Oh? Her role is to trade? In the event that we need to increase our supply, or sell our products, or are simply in need of some negotiating, it is my mother who will do the job. She must travel to the nearest city or town in order to exchange goods. And she's a representative when other communities need to discuss things with us. Right. Everyone's work has equal weight. One is in charge of food and drink. Another is in charge of all of our laundry. Everyone has a responsibility to set up schedules and organize the collection of goods. So, does each role only have one bearer at a time? No, sometimes there are two or more, depending on the power needed. It's all about balance. I see. Interesting. Does your mom still fulfill her role to this day? Yes. Although, there are times when I wish she would retire. Why? She's doing a good job with it. But the role truly changed her. She had to endure years of animosity, and she had to negotiate everyone's way out of trouble. Or simply defend the commune. That is such a heavy burden. It is, but she refuses to accept any help offered to her. Why? Because it has become her identity, I think? Oh, you're here? Yeah, hi, lady. I was starting to wonder when you were going to say something. I'd introduce myself, but I want to hear Rona's story. Fine, by me. It is as Mr. Lucas said. I thought we were already past all that formal stuff. Am I wrong? Well, you still call her lady. But she is. Shh! The lady is speaking. Oops, okay, sorry. It is, as Lucas said, our discussion the other day led to the same conclusion for me as well. My mother's protective instincts turned into an angry sense of pride. Oh. while she performs her role really well, her anger often gets the best of her. Things are way calmer for our commune now, so I'm thankful for that. But unfortunately, the damage has already been done. Right. That's what I understand why she was angry too. If your mom has dealt with haters all her life, and you were pretty much in the front seat of all that? Ooh. Tough. I guess I can relate in some ways. The Nikomimi culture is also quite strict, although nowhere as rigid as yours. We're heavily stereotyped by being very mid. Mid? Like mediocre in all ways, aside from being pretty and cute. Although, don't get me wrong, I am cute. But it makes me wonder, you know? How much of our survival instincts turned into bad stereotypes? Things have changed so much for everyone. Which means we should have moved on from terrible prejudices decades ago, right? So why are so many still stuck with outdated and bad perceptions? Actually, that's exactly why. Life is complicated and change is hard. Learning and unlearning stuff takes time and mental energy, right? And there are billions of living beings in this world. And that's why many folks choose to reduce their worlds to a size they can handle. All based on their priorities, of course. I mean, it's no different from how everyone chooses content to consume. Yeah. And sadly, different culture is probably one of the last things on most beings' minds. Unless you already have a vested interest in it, then it's a different story. That makes sense. We all need to survive. I understand that. However, I feel some things just shouldn't be excused. Things we do, the principles we hold, all of it has an impact on others. In one way or another. Right. Yeah, for sure. Oh yeah, by the way, did Pops contact you, lady? You know about the tree? Oh, he did, but... What tree? It's a long story. Sure, keep your smelly secrets. No, this is perfect. You should listen too. The more exposure this gets, the better. Oh, so you're going to tell me? From the very beginning. But before I forget, lady, did you have something to say to me? You texted me and all. Oh, yeah. Go on, Rona, say it. Oh. So, about your show. Yeah, you're in, right? Are you still unsure about the format? I'm still trying to put it all in order on paper, so... Kind of. Like, I know I want to do a podcast, a deep dive, and a showcase. But I'm still trying to figure out a great way to fit them all in nicely. Once I'm done, I'll let you know for sure. What are you planning to show, anyway? How do you think it'll help the guests? Oh, curious, aren't we? Basically, I want to cover stuff that's interesting and underrated from around the city. And beyond if it takes off, but let's not get ahead of ourselves, shall we? Yeah, scratch that. I know it'll take off. That's some confidence you have there. Even though you're not even sure what the format will be. Tut tut. I might not know the exact format yet. But all the elements needed to make a good show are locked and loaded already. Really? What are they? Well, there's already so much content out there, right? And you can't deny that today's audience gets bored easily, too. If something doesn't appeal to them immediately, they just click away. So, how do you keep them engaged and stick with us, you ask? Well, from my experience, you need roughly 5 things down pat to keep a show going. The first one being the format itself, which ironically is the only thing I don't have. Yet. Anyway, a proper format has good consistency. Could be the way the show is cut, or how the information flows. It's to build familiarity with the audience, and it makes things easier for the creator too. That makes sense. And the next thing you need is topics. Sure, you can have a main theme for your show, like singing or cooking or anything really. Having a theme is essential, but getting topics flowing is essentialer. Because even singing will need more than one song, right? Same with cooking. You need to show many techniques, recipes, all that jazz. That's true, right? Since the goal of our show is to shine a spotlight on all things underrated, I figure it should start small and nearby, but still have the potential to grow. And what's better for that than exploring the city and its inhabitants in depth? Especially since I'm fairly new here and all. Oh, you get what I'm saying? I can see there are many interesting topics to discuss. Yeah, like locations, events, history. Yes, and many interesting individuals to meet. Definitely. Projects, side projects, plenty of things to cover. Makes sense. What's next? Know your audience. Honestly, in this internet era, you don't need to appeal to everyone. If you do it right, you can target just one type of audience and still get a lot of eyes. Fortunately, I have my base audience already. But since the show will be a completely new format, a lot of them will reject it. Because people do not like change? That's right. But honestly, that's fine. I'm trying to attract an audience that's more open-minded. It can help elevate the stuff we're going to spotlight. Like, say, if we cover musicians, they'll go to their sites or live shows. Some cool neighborhood project, they'll be eager to check it out. A cool coffee shop, they'll be interested in visiting. Wink, wink. Oh. Anyway, you all know what I mean. The next thing is audio quality, great visuals, and edits. You know the drill. Of course. And the last thing you need for a good show is me. Hey, what's with the awkward silence? I mean personality and smarts. To find info, you need to be resourceful. And to relay information well, you need a good personality, right? Well, I'm your guy. Why? What's so funny? Am I not the perfect guy? Resourceful, huh? Really? Oh, so that is what you're questioning, huh? I'm just saying. Because didn't you say you're new to the city, so... Oh, I see. I see how it is. But you really thought this through. I'm kind of impressed. Thank you. Probably won't be anywhere near as big as your talk show, though. I'll tell you that. Huh? Rumor has it that your manager is trying to get your old girl band back together. And I heard there'll be a talk show or something for it. Oh, really? How did you hear that? Tisk tisk, I have my ways. I didn't get the info from a shady sources, I promise. Well, okay, I'll give you that, resourceful guy. But your information is outdated already. Oh? Because I won't be in the show. Oh, why? Well, I actually like the idea of a comeback. But if it were to happen, I would want new branding, you know? Like a new us, to show we've grown. Ah, I get that, 100%. That's too bad. Why? I think you have a talent for getting people to talk. You're able to read the room with sensitivity. Therefore, I would definitely be interested in watching your talk show program. You think so? Aw, I'm flattered. You're right about that, though. I'm pretty good. But I'd rather express myself through my music, my songs, and my performances. You know? Yeah. I understand that very well. Then, do you want to be our first guest? Me? Why? I thought you wanted to highlight independent artists. Well, aren't you making a new kind of music lately, Miss Rachel? So you actually have a side project. Well, yeah, but I was kidding about inviting you earlier, but hey, maybe it could work out after all. Help out a new channel, will you? You wish. I'm a very busy nickamini. But maybe. Woohoo! What is it, Manilia? I thought your plan was to have Miss Rona as your first guest. Oh, well, about that. I'm definitely jumping the gun here, but I was kinda hoping you'd be my co-host instead. What? Me? I was going to ask you later, but Manilia over here cornered me something fierce. Oops. Sorry. Why me? I like the way you explain difficult subjects, and I really enjoy talking to you. You have plenty of knowledge and experience from being on the road a lot. And all of your stories are so damn interesting. Plus, someone needs to offset my chaotic personality. Like contrasting hosts, huh? Yeah, what's more, she's not nervous talking in front of a camera at all. Well, she is a performer. I know. I'm just saying, she's a natural on camera. So yeah, that's what I was going to ask later, if you want to be my co-host. Only if you're interested, of course. I might need a moment to consider. Of course. Take your time. However, if you're open to receiving input, may I throw in an idea for the format of the show? For real? Of course you may. And I'm staying until you tell me everything I missed. Okay. Yeah, the night's still young anyway.